All right, sweet. Well, Blake, I really appreciate you coming over and welcome, bro.
Yeah, I'm keen to chat about my story. Tell everyone about it.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. Well, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to start trying to do it as well. A bit of like a icebreaker question to get the conversation started.
Yeah.
But if you could wake up tomorrow in any country just for 3-week holiday, what country would you want to go to the most?
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It is a hard one. Fuck, maybe Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah. Possibly.
Okay.
Or maybe somewhere in Europe, because I can follow. Then I can go country to country even.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a hard question, but
Yeah, it is a hard question. I think because I was thinking about it only because I just got the leg done as well. Egypt.
Yeah.
It'd just be sick to just, bro. Imagine there's 3 weeks there, all expenses paid for.
Yeah.
See it all.
That would be a mad country to go to.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
And even to be honest, Argentina is a good answer as well. But any country in Europe,
Yeah.
I feel like we're just so far from anywhere. It's just impossible for us.
It's like a 24-hour flight anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Unless you're on to Bali or Thailand.
Yeah, that's all I go.
Yeah.
That's all I go. All right. Well, I know a little bit about your story, Blake. I know you from the Instagram videos you put out. I actually did hear of your story like quite a lot of times over the last year or so.
Yeah.
But I want to get to know you behind the content as well. A bit about how you think, where you grew up, a bunch of stuff like that. So can we start the conversation maybe? How old are you and whereabouts have you grown up?
I'm 21 years old. I grew up down on the Central Coast and I moved up to Sydney when I was about 16. I've been here for about 4 or 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on the coast, grew up there for a while, moved to Canberra even for a couple of years. Yeah,
wow. 21, bro. You're younger than I thought. I thought you might have been like 24, 25.
I'm pretty young.
I swear these youngins just look older now, bro.
They do, I look at 16 years old and I'm like, how you look that old? You look older than me.
Bro, full beards.
It's crazy.
15-year-olds now, full sets of veneers. They got hair transplants and shit.
Covered in tattoos.
You're covered, Yeah, it's wild. All right, well, growing up in Central Coast, and Canberra, you kind of moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
Why? Was your parents just like moving around as well?
We moved to Canberra when my parents split up. My dad got offered a job up in Canberra, so we went up there for a year or two and then come back down to Central Coast and then,
I lived in Canberra, I don't think it was last year, maybe it was the year before for like 4 months or 5 months. And I lived with a couple of really good lads, so it was good. But at the same time, like Canberra was pretty boring.
It's pretty dead, huh?
Yeah.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
It was all right for me because I was only in year 7 or year 8. So it wasn't too bad for me, but still dead. The only thing there was to do was go to skate park.
Yeah.
It's the only good thing to do down there.
And what about Central Coast? Did you enjoy growing up there? Was it a good place to grow up?
Nah, not really.
No. Why? What's wrong with that?
Oh.
Is Central Coast, is that like Gosford? Is that what you mean by there? Yeah. I was born in Gosford Hospital, actually. Yeah,
so was I.
Yeah, man.
I was up a little bit and probably half an hour away from Gosford, up near Newcastle, closer to Newcastle and Gosford. But nah, I don't like Central Coast. I hate the Central Coast. I suppose everywhere you grow up, if you grow up somewhere, you don't really like where you grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I don't know, just one of them things.
I suppose once you move around a bit too, you come to a place like Sydney, especially Western Sydney, it's a lot more lifeful. Like, there's so much more to do, so many more people.
Yeah, that's why I went back to the coast after my accident when I got out of hospital. Went back down to the coast and I was like, nah, I need to get back to Sydney. There's nothing to do down here other than drink. It's the only thing there is to do.
Yeah.
So I'm back here now. Thank goodness.
Yeah, nice.
I'm back here.
So did you move? So when you moved to Sydney, would you move with your family or did you move by yourself? How did that work?
Just with my partner.
Oh, okay.
Just me and her.
Together. Yeah, cool.
Well, my uncle was up here. My uncle's only 5 years older than me, so he's more like an older brother to me.
Yeah.
So we moved up here with him, and then he kind of looked after us and whatnot until I got my shit together.
Yeah, that's mad. That's cool. It's mad to have someone that's actually your uncle that's so close in age as well.
Yeah.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
I have one cousin, and technically I call him my nephew. He's 4.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it.
Yeah. Well, I got older sisters, but sisters can't really relate to you because they're girls.
Yeah, not
You
at
do
all,
something
bro.
wrong and they're acting like your mother or something.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, I'm grateful. I have one younger sister, and that's enough, bro. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. What about like growing up? To be honest, like I don't really know if it'd probably be the same as growing up, going to school in Sydney and Gosford and places like that as well. So, what were your interests? Some kids are like games, some kids are sports, some kids are skate park. Or what were you kind of interested in growing up?
Yeah. Run amok.
Yeah. Facts, bro.
Run
Absolutely.
amok. Do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Go skate park.
I think we would have got along, as kids, for sure.
That's all I'd done as a kid. Do dumb shit.
Yeah.
For a little bit, it was skate parks, ride motorbikes, ride BMXs until I got to about the teens. As soon as I got to the teens, it was
party,
Yeah, party, run amok. And then COVID hit, and then that's all I did.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't getting stuck in lockdown, so I just was out and about every day.
Yeah. Oh, bro, honestly, I feel like we probably pretty much had a pretty similar childhood then, I guess. Because as soon as I got to that age of experimenting, bro, that was my new passion.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all I gave a fuck about.
That's all I did as well. Go camping with the boys for the weekend.
I'm actually going camping next weekend, so I'm glad we filmed this weekend. And it's my first time ever going camping in my life. And I've got anxiety, bro. I hate being outside, bro. I hate getting dirty.
It's not bad.
It's all right.
It's not bad.
Okay.
What are you sleeping in? Swag tent?
I think I have a swag, but I don't even know yet. So unless I find it by Friday, I'm sleeping on the floor.
Swag's the way to go, 100%.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll, if you say it's good, I'll give it a go because I'm freaking out, bro.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
it's not
nice. Bad. Okay. All right.
Can't complain about it, but it's definitely not the greatest things.
Yeah. No way. Bro, I say it on the podcast a million times. I don't understand why someone would choose to be outside when you can be inside.
Yeah, 100%. I'd way prefer to go get an Airbnb or something.
I'd rather be in my car.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, when you said you moved down to Sydney and then COVID hit and then you moved down to Sydney.
Yeah, COVID hit in 2019.
19, yeah.
Yeah, so that happened. I was in year 11 at the time.
Oh, that's crazy that it was that long ago, actually.
Yeah, it's like almost 6-7 years ago.
Damn, in my head it was not that long ago.
Yeah, same as me. Like in my head it was yesterday. It was ages ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was in year 11 at that time. So and then I was supposed to finish school, but COVID hit and went all online learning, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I quit school, and then run amok for a little bit, and then done some stupid shit, and my uncle was like, nah, you need to come to Sydney so I can sort you out, blah, blah, blah. So I moved to Sydney, got my own unit, and then that's where it all started. It's where I kind of started maturing, growing up. Starting to do shit for myself, starting to better my life.
Yeah, good stuff. And how old were you, would you say, when you decided to calm down your uncle, start spending time with your uncle?
16, 17.
16, that's pretty young, but bro, even to start maturing at 16. I'm 26. I'm still trying to work out what maturing means. You're
not wrong. So am I, but still.
Yeah, that's crazy. So all this stuff happened, and your uncle. Am I right if I say that's Jake? Is that your uncle? Yeah. Okay. I've gone back and forth with him a couple times because I kind of know the crew with like AJ and Gabby and all them as well. Yeah. And AJ's come on the podcast twice in the past, and the last time he came on was actually the first time he told me about your story. Yeah. So it's crazy how I full circle everything kind of get sometimes. You know?
Yeah, small world, huh? It just makes you think, fuck, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, bro.
You don't even realize it.
Yeah. And to be honest, bro, even leading up to this episode, people will say, oh, who's coming out this week? And I'd say, oh, you've seen Instagram, The Realblakeyyy. Yeah. And everyone's like, yeah, I've seen that guy before. And I'm like, to be honest, bro, your story has had quite a big reach, bro. Yeah. Quite a big reach.
Well, in hospital, I was getting fucking millions of views.
Yeah, bro.
It was crazy. Like in the matter of a couple of days as well.
Oh, wow.
Didn't take me long.
That's
and
crazy.
then my lawyer was like, nah, you can't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had to. So then now I'm trying to build back up my following and engagement in that.
Yeah. So when he said you couldn't post it, like, did you delete anything to make it private? What did you end up doing with all your content?
I just archived it, and then like the million views and whatnot, I got on a couple of them. I kept them up because I wasn't really talking about anything in that, so I just kept them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about it before we started the podcast, but when it came to making content, like, are you still nervous at all? Or are you getting familiar with it? Or
I'm getting familiar with it, but at the start, I was nervous as about it. Didn't want to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have nothing about it.
Yeah.
Until Kai Mansa come into the hospital and was like, all right, we'll do a video, and then he posted a video of just them talking. I didn't even think I said anything.
Wow.
And then that made me want to start.
I remember that video. Yeah, I do remember that video. Yeah. I'm addicted to my phone, bro.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah. Stay awake until 3 a.m. scrolling.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's me last night. Yeah. Oh, wow. All right. Well, through this episode, bro, I do want to hear your story and from as much detail as you want to say it through.
Yeah.
And I only know the brief little bits from the reels and through the story that I heard from AJ back in the day as well.
Yeah.
But can you take me back to before that day? Because I know the accident happened on a bike. You said you grew up riding bikes as a young kid. Did you kind of always grow up riding bikes? You've always rode?
Since I was 3. As soon as I could get on a bike, my dad was like, "Yep, here you go." Got me bikes, and then I just started being a menace on him. So I took the bikes away and whatnot.
Yeah.
Until I could afford my own bike.
Okay, bought your own bike. Yeah, yeah, good idea, bro. I've never really grown up riding, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah,
and still to this day, I'm looking on Facebook every 2 weeks. I'm like 250. That's just type it in every single 2 weeks. You know, I still haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you grow up riding dirt bikes and then pretty much straight away you got your P's on your L's on your motorbike on the road?
Never got my license.
Oh, for real?
Never got my license.
Yeah. Is there any reason, or you just didn't get it?
No, I never had a driver's license either. Well, I've had a driver's license, but I kept doing dumb things.
Yeah.
I lost it for like 6 years.
Oh.
And then I obviously figured that I may as well just get a bike, saves me driving, because one of my jobs was to drive.
Yeah.
So I just may as well ride a motorbike.
Yeah.
See if I'm getting chased, I can get away from it.
That's wild. I'm, as I said, I'm 26, so I got my P's when I was 17.
Yeah.
I think I've had my license for probably 3 years out of that whole time. So I've been good lately, eh? I've been pretty good. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can turn a new leaf and get my license and be a good boy.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I say this, but let me have a quick look at something. You just reminded me to have a look. My service in New South Wales, suspended.
I'll
take that back. It just got suspended yesterday. Never mind. Okay, this isn't about me.
It's the worst when that happens, huh?
Yeah. All right. So I didn't know you didn't have a license at the time, although that doesn't matter. That day of the accident that I first came in contact with you from, that I know you from, what do you remember of that day? Can you take me back to that day?
Don't remember anything.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I can't remember 3 weeks before it.
Really?
Yeah, my mind just completely blanked.
Wow. Okay, well. Okay, so then you can't remember 3 weeks before it. What are your kind of last memories then before all of that?
Well, I remember a couple of days before it, because I'll go through Snapchat and look at the memories and whatnot. I got on a bender with my mate 3 days before it, up on the coast, shooting fireworks at each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
Probably the last thing I remember.
Wow. And that was how many days beforehand?
Oh, that was probably like 3 or 2 days before.
Yeah.
And then
That's a while before.
Actually, on them couple of days I was with my mate, he gave me a helmet that saved my life, because the helmet that I was wearing was way too big for me. So if I was wearing that helmet, that would just slip straight off my head.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if I didn't go up there, I probably would have died.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank God for your mate giving you that helmet.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I went to the police station. I went and got the helmet. I was like, bro, I want to frame this, eh?
Yeah. Did you get it back?
Yeah.
Yeah, mad.
There's not a scratch on it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Holy crap, bro. That's wild. That's a good omen.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a good omen, bro. Anything I can find, I'll keep it in my pocket.
Yeah,
Any good luck.
Yeah.
I found this yesterday. I found this Dior bracelet necklace thing on the floor. Picked it up. I said, that's my omen from now on.
Yeah, 100%. You got to have them good luck charms.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, fuck, that helmet's definitely one.
Yeah, 100%.
So you can't remember a few weeks leading up to it then. So then what was kind of the first memory you remember since any of that?
Waking up in hospital.
Yeah,
that's probably the only thing I remember from that. Was waking up in hospital, thinking I was in Macca's.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because there was this chick there. She was a bit bigger.
Yeah.
She looked like she had a Macca's shirt on.
Yeah.
So I wake up and that's the first thing I seen, and thought I was in Macca's straight away.
You're like, chicken and cheese, please.
Yeah. So, and then like when I was in hospital for an extra couple of weeks and whatnot, I said to her, I swear I woke up and went in Macca's, and she looked at me real offended. She was like, I can't believe you just said that to me. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you didn't have to make it about you, but we'll make it about you now. Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. So how long after did you wake up from the accident in hospital?
Like 3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I was in a coma for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then I don't remember probably an extra 2 weeks, because I was that high on everything they were giving me. So I don't remember a while in there.
Wow.
Until I was actually conscious to actually remember where I was and what was happening.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
So you're in and out of consciousness for a couple of weeks just because of all the painkillers and there's like morphine and stuff they're giving you.
Yeah, fuck, I was on
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
I think I was on like 10 plus different drugs, different everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. So then going in and out of consciousness, you kind of remember little bits and pieces from that couple weeks or not really?
No, I don't remember nothing.
Yeah. Because I kind of know what that feels like. I know I've woken up in hospital a few times, some from my own irresponsibilities, some from, surgery, some small little things like that as well. And you don't really remember.
Yeah, you're drowsy.
Like there's like a
not.
minute or 2 minutes, people are in the room with me, and then there's not, and then all of a sudden it's 2 days later. You know, like
it's crazy.
It is crazy. I remember one of the times I ended up waking up from being in hospital, maybe like 6-7 years ago, I think. I kind of woke up. There was a bunch of people in the room with me.
Yeah.
The next memory I have was probably 3 days later. I was getting a haircut, and it was in my own house.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous. Yeah,
it's crazy how it does that.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah. So then do you remember how long it was until you came to the understanding in what had happened? Like, do you remember those moments?
Pretty much knew straight away.
Yeah.
I remember my uncle was in the room pretty much. Well, I do remember when I was going in and out of coma and whatnot. My uncle was in the room and he goes, like, no one wanted to really tell me what was happening, what was going on. And I knew straight away that I don't have a leg and whatnot. But I didn't really know how it happened, where I am. But I said to my uncle, like, I don't have a leg, do I? And my uncle goes, nah, I'm so sorry, but you don't.
Fuck, that is insane, bro.
Because no one wanted to tell me. So, but he's brutally honest. So he just told me straight up, no, you don't have a leg.
Oh, that is fucking crazy, bro. So you were kind of already aware of it, but you just didn't have that proof yet, you know?
Yeah.
And were you able, in any of those times, you able to move around, or were you pretty much just bedridden for
bedridden for like 6 months.
6 months, stuck still. Yeah.
Because I had drips all in me and stuff, so I wasn't allowed to get up and try and move around and whatnot without the doctor's assistance and that.
Yeah.
So it was pretty shit time, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. 6 months is a long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Yeah.
And then through this process, how long until you started to be told what had happened? Like, when did all that kind of work out?
Well, I still really don't know what really happened, but I stopped asking questions a long time ago. Because I've been getting told different stories when I was posting videos on TikTok and whatnot. I had people that seen the accident happen that told me that I flung off the bike and got ran over by another car by oncoming traffic. But then the police tell me that I flung off the bike and hit a tree. So I don't really know what to fucking believe now.
Yeah. And plus, people on the internet, bro, they could be commenting anything at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Police are only, I guess, making their own assumptions.
Yeah.
They weren't there to see it either.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I guess we're all kind of not sure, eh? Even you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I stopped asking questions.
Yeah. You already know, so that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole time you're in hospital was about 6 months straight, and then
I was in hospital for about 4 months.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months. I think a bit longer, maybe 6. And then I went to rehab. I was in there for about 2-3 months. And then I went to another hospital to do my nerve transfers and whatnot to get my arm fixed. And then I was in there for about a week, and then I discharged myself.
Discharged yourself after a week.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore. I'm going home.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So through this time, and you said you go to rehab, was the rehab just to help you be able to use whatever you could use left because you spend so much time in the bed? Is that why you do it?
Yeah, well, they were trying to get me to strengthen my leg and et cetera and whatnot, but I had that many injuries, but they didn't want to do anything with me because I had that many injuries. They didn't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
So after a while, I just stayed in my room the whole time. I didn't let them do nothing with me because they were too scared I was going to fall or something. So I just done my own thing in my room. Done squats and that in my room by myself. Yeah.
Wow.
I was just doing my own shit.
Because it must have, I guess, been a little bit complicated for them as well.
Yeah, it was complicated as for them.
Yeah.
Like they weren't sure about my arm. They weren't sure about my leg. And then I had lacerated kidneys and livers.
Really?
So they weren't sure what to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you know what what the doctor's reports would have been when they finally started to work out what was wrong with you?
Yeah. Brachial plexus, which is when the nerves get disconnected from your spinal cord and lose all function to your arm. Above the knee amputation, lacerated kidneys, lacerated liver, 26 brain bleeds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the list goes on really, but that's all I know really.
It must have been, bro, a pretty intense accident, realistically.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think the fact that your mate gave you that helmet is more than a blessing, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I died 3 times as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even supposed to live. And if I was supposed to live, I was supposed to wake up, not me.
Damn, bro. And bro, you woke up with all your memories from the past, bro. Like, fuck, a couple weeks before the accident, whatever, a couple weeks after, whatever, you know? Still you.
Yeah. It's least of my problems that I forget that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. So then through being in hospital, when you started to fully regain the consciousness again and you started to fully understand the situation, how long into that? You said that was about 3 weeks. And then do you remember what your first kind of memories were at that point? Not memories, but do you remember what your first kind of thoughts were at that point? Like,
where's my vape?
Where's my vape? Absolutely. Yeah, preach, bro.
No one was giving my vape because obviously my lacerated kidneys, lacerated liver, so no one would give it to me for ages. And I was like, just give me a vape, man.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So then what did they have to do when it came to your liver and kidneys and it was lacerated? Like, did that stuff heal by itself?
Yeah, healed by itself.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it healed by, like, my body. They said your body healed the fastest I've pretty much ever seen anyone's body heal.
Wow.
Your body healed by itself rapidly.
That's insane.
And I think that was because I was on a copious amount of steroids before my accident. So I think that had a big play in all that.
Yeah. Was that just like self-choose, going to the gym, like steroids?
Yeah,
or like,
I was supposed to compete in November.
Okay, yeah,
so I was supposed to compete. And I woke up, I looked at my bicep, looked at my leg, and first thing I also said was, "Where's my muscle?"
Oh, for sure.
Took me 4 years to get there, and in a blink of an eye, it's all gone. I looked at all my injuries, and that's the only thing I cared about. Where's my muscles?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I cared about.
Well, all that hard work, bro. I get it, hey.
I was dumb head in.
Yeah, well, fuck, that's crazy that it probably was a big factor to play the steroids in the healing process, bro.
When they were chopping my leg off, one of the surgeons they said, your muscle in your leg, if it wasn't for that, you probably would have died.
Wow.
Because my artery was severed. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was losing too much blood from my leg.
Yeah.
And then when they cut it, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have died for that as well.
Wow, that's fucking wild. Yeah. It's definitely a major impact, bro. I remember when I kickboxing one time, my leg snapped and I went and get surgery to put it back together. And the doctor said, how long till you can walk again and stuff? And he said 4. He said, you should be able to, I said, how long till I can run? And he said, you should be able to walk probably in 4 months. Yeah. So I went straight and got a fucking Viola-Deca and a Viola test.
It helps, huh?
4 weeks later, I was like, you know, so it's crazy shit.
I'm trying to, for my nerves, you know, BPC 157 is?
Yeah.
I'm trying to use as much data as I can right now.
Yeah.
To get my healing process up faster and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
It's helping.
Oh, for sure, yeah, mad. Everyone's been, to be honest, it's probably like 3 people that are trying to G me up to do it at the moment. Yeah. I don't know if I will yet. I'm still trying to work it out.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's definitely helping.
And the healing process. So is everything still kind of healing at the moment?
Yeah. Still for my arm, I got like probably another 1.5, 2 years for my arm to be able to function and whatnot again. Yeah. But yeah, it's all a long process. Oh. I'm ready to ride that out.
Yeah. So is there any more movement now in your arm than there was in the beginning?
Yeah, heaps more. I can move my my elbow and shoulder a bit more. And I can like do all that and whatnot.
Wow.
That's about as much as I can do. So I should get heaps more movement within a year.
And in the beginning, was it just completely immobile?
Yeah, dead.
Yeah, wow.
I was asking the surgeons to chop it off and they said nah.
Oh, you said chop it off.
They were refusing to chop it and I was like, right, I'm sick of just looking at a dead arm, man.
Wow.
It's doing my head in.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, to be honest, what that would be like to be able to look at your arm and not be able to move it. But it's getting frustrated.
Yeah, it was frustrated as. The most frustrating thing also is the nerve pain. Yeah. The nerve pain, all the doctors say the nerve pain is probably one of the worst pains you can have. Oh, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. And is that kind of like going away over time more and more? Is it completely gone now, the nerve pain?
No, it just gets worse and worse.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you have some days where it's not really, you get used to it. But you have some days where you can't get out of bed because it's that painful.
Oh, wow.
Or it's all right. You can tolerate it or there's no pain there at all.
And do you know much about it? Is that the nerves trying to heal? Is that them going through that process?
I ask questions, all these questions all the time. They can't tell me.
Oh, really?
But I always think to myself just to make me feel better about it that it's definitely the nerves growing and reconstructing themselves and whatnot.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, I have a theory that pain is kind of related to healing. Really, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I look at it like growing pains.
Yeah. Even tearing your muscles at the gym, anything like that kind of makes sense. So yeah. All right. Well, that's cool, bro. It's crazy that you're able to do you kind of remember those first moments of being able to move it again? Like how much effort is it to try and learn how to move your arm again?
It's a lot of effort. It's like you need to use it's heaps of effort. I've got physio every week to do it, physio twice a week to relearn it all. And then to move my arm, you need to breathe in to move it and whatnot, and then that gets back to normal over and over in time as you keep doing it. So it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Heaps of effort, heaps of physio to do it. Yeah.
And do you kind of try and limit it to when you're only doing physio, or do you kind of do it like as much as you can?
I kind of try to do it as much as I can.
Yeah.
But most of the time I forget about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I try to do it as much as I can, and if I remember to do it, I do it.
It's crazy that you can just forget. Like even I'm wearing this because I tore my MCL like I can't remember now, 9 weeks ago maybe, something like that. And it was the most frustrating thing, thinking I want to fucking get back to normal as fast as possible, and then just forgetting for 2 days to do any rehab on it.
It does your head in, and then you're like, fuck, I've just missed out on 2 days of doing it.
yeah. I'll be on crutches moving around thinking I want to get better and then not doing it.
Not doing anything. I always do that. Every day, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a problem I'm having now because my Lyrica, the medication I'm on.
Yeah.
One of the main causes of that is you gain weight.
Yeah.
So I try to do cardio every day, but then I forget it. I'm like, fuck. That's another day I just forgot about it.
And you're taking the Lyrica too. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go to CBD oil.
Yeah.
To get off it, because CBD oil is supposed to be good for your nerve pain.
Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah. And is that something that you can get like pharmautically at this stage?
You can get it pharmautically, but you need to get prescribed for. You need to get the right doctors to prescribe you and whatnot. So I just got my hand surgeon because he has like good reviews and whatnot. He suggests that. Yeah. So I'm hoping that I can get that pretty easy.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. How many different people are you going to, like specialists in that way? Because hand surgeons will be different from physio, and then
hand surgeon, physio, exercise physio, the surgeon for my leg, for my stump, brain doctor.
Wow. How often do you have to see a brain doctor?
Yeah.
How often do you have to do that?
Once every 3 months, roughly.
Yeah.
3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Is that just like a general scan, kind of check you, make sure nothing's bleeding?
Just check me and whatnot. Yeah, because I had 26 brain bleeds.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. One's a lot.
Yeah. So just check and see how my memory is and whatnot. Because I'm supposed to have severe like memory loss and whatnot.
Wow.
I see a little bit of memory loss. Like I'll take a medication in the morning, and then afternoon comes, I'm like to my partner, have I taken it? She's like, yeah, and I'm like, I haven't.
Oh no.
We have big arguments about me taking it and not taking it.
I used to have that same argument about the Xannies, bro. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. And do you hear much stuff from the doctor in regards, like he's obviously saying you're supposed to have memory loss, the brain doctor, but is he surprised and is he expecting there to be anything to this day, or is it just general checkup kind of thing?
Just general checkup, see how I'm traveling and whatnot. But yeah, they're all surprised. They're all blown away of how I'm going, what I'm doing. Wow. And yeah, they're all blown away.
That's amazing, bro. Yeah. Is that a good feeling from your side to kind of be like, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like, well,
I'll look at it like I'm their protege. And that I'll be always that one patient that they'll talk about. There was this bloke that was supposed to die and blah 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 blah. I saved him.
That's hope, bro. Yeah. You actually you hit me hard when you said that. You'll be able to give a lot of people hope with that. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get back out there and tell my story and tell people that there's always a chance to keep going.
That's incredible. And to be honest, I can't wait to get in that side of the story as well. But you're also saying that your lawyer was saying don't post any of the content as well. Yeah. Are you able to talk about like why he was kind of talking about saying that?
Because she didn't want to make it out like I was good. She wanted to make out like I was not doing good and whatnot. Which at the time I was making videos, I wasn't doing good. But in the videos, I was trying to put light to the story and whatnot. So in the videos, I looked like I was doing all right. So then she told me you can't do that. Mm-hmm. Then she made me delete it, and then the court just finished with everything. So I'm allowed to get back out there and whatnot.
So it was a bit of an open thing for a while where you weren't allowed to be talking about much either. Is that kind of how it worked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now that it's all over and you're allowed to talk about it, did it kind of all get clean wiped? Everything was brushed away?
Yeah, she didn't do her job properly, but anyway, it's what it is.
No shout out, eh?
Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. I'm glad you bring that up, bro, because like when you not fuck it, I'm not that with that bit, but I'm glad you bring up the point in where you said that you weren't doing well, but in the videos you weren't portraying the fact that you were doing well, being positive about it. Because I was actually very curious about that, especially when I was watching it. You know?
Oh well, at the time I was everything that was going on. I was being as positive as I could about it. If you're not gonna laugh about it, you're gonna cry about it, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I was making jokes about it. I was doing all this and that, and then so I was doing good, but with everything physical, I wasn't doing good. But mentally, I was doing good.
Yeah.
Till I got out of hospital and I started drinking, started going partying and whatnot. That's when everything went downhill.
Started to go a bit downhill again. Yeah. Because that probably would have been really good, even though the doctors were pumping you up with full of stuff while you were in there.
Yeah.
I guess going out there and choosing to do it for yourself, like, would have definitely spiraled a bit. You know, definitely.
Yeah,
what about those times in hospital? Even though you were positive and laughing about it, like, how much of that time was difficult compared to how much of that time was positive mentally?
There was a couple of difficult times. Like I remember the first time I got my phone, I went into my camera roll and I was looking through my camera roll and I just started bawling my eyes out and I was like, "Fuck, this is what I've just lost. I can't go and do this anymore." That was a pretty bad time. But once again, if you're not gonna laugh about it, you're gonna cry about it. So I just chose to do something positive the next day and I just try to uplift myself the next day and just keep on going with the uplifting energy.
Nah, bro, that's so crazy, bro. And to be honest, that's so above normal to be able to sit down and cry about the situation you're in because, fuck, bro, I think the fact that you're able to open up and talk about it is more than inspiring, you know, and to let people know that, like, fuck, it's not always positive thinking, like, it's definitely a positive thing to be saying.
You got your bad days. You definitely have your bad days.
I think everyone has their bad days, bro. Sorry, I thought that was me. I was like, motherfucker. Okay, so then when you tried to lift yourself up in the hospital, what were some of the easiest things that you think kind of helped you start to feel a bit better about everything?
Fuck.
And to double on that question, like who did you really find that was in your corner? Who was there to support you through this?
My mother and partner was there every day, every night, every day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were always there to have a chat to or open up or something, help me out with something that I was struggling with. So they were always by my side, which was good. That was probably the best thing.
Yeah, for sure. Game changer having them there.
Yeah.
And what about the hospital staff? How was your relationship with all of the people? Was it kind of like a good experience with them or?
There was some nurses I didn't let touch me, didn't let come in my room.
Yeah.
And I told them straight away, get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah.
But then the nurses that I let do everything for me, that was good. I had a good relationship with most of the nurses. And I ended up knowing the whole floor full of nurses, all the surgeons. Ended up knowing everyone.
That's mad. That's cool. And what hospital were you at?
St. Vincent's.
St. Vincent's. Whereabouts is that?
In
Sydney somewhere?
Yeah, in the city, near Paddington.
Okay, near Paddington in the city. Nice. Yeah. Is that a big hospital or small hospital?
It's pretty big.
Pretty big,
It's pretty big. They got their own private hospital, public hospital. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Like 7 levels.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's cool. So to know everyone, get to know all the nurses and stuff, like the fair few faces. Like.
Yeah, there's heaps of faces. I ended up being famous in that hospital. I'd go out and everyone would say, "Hi Blake, hi Blake." I'd be like, fucking hell.
You go back in your room, mate.
Yeah.
I was just famous all day on my phone. Now I'm famous all day. Yeah.
So I went back in there, like on the 1 year anniversary. I went back in there. Most of them moved on now, but the couple of nurses that were still there were like, "Oh my god, you're not even recognizable compared to how you were." Because I walked back in there. I wasn't in my chair or anything.
Yeah.
No, like I can't even recognize you.
Oh, bro, I love those videos. Yeah. They make me fucking tear up every time I watch those videos. They would have loved that.
Yeah, I should have videoed it. Would have been a mad video.
Do it on the 2-year one.
Yeah. I probably will.
Oh, that's cool, bro. What about when you first started making the content when you were in the hospital? How long after was the first couple videos?
What do you mean?
Like when you started to gain consciousness again, a couple of weeks after, did you straight away pretty much make content first videos?
I was out of conscious. I was conscious for probably a month or two before I started making videos. It took me until rehab to start making my own videos. When Alex and and Kai come over. That was probably 2 months in, probably.
Yeah,
roughly.
yeah.
Maybe 3 months in.
Am I wrong that it was Kai and Alex Milovanov that who came on? Oh, that's crazy, bro. Wow, it's a small world, isn't it? They're both good lads, actually. I haven't actually spoken to Kai, I don't think, yet. I'm sure I will. But everyone that has met Kai has said he's a G as well.
Yeah, no, he's mad little dude. He's cool to talk to and whatnot.
Yeah, that's cool. So it would have been really cool, bro, seeing that support from people on social media as well.
Yeah, that's what was uplifting me as well. If I was having a bad day, I'd go to my comments because everyone was so supportive about everything, and so that's definitely one thing that was keeping me going.
Yeah, that's mad to have that kind of relationship with social media, bro. Most people have the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Most people, they open their comments and they hate it.
Yeah, on TikTok was like that.
Yeah,
TikTok was bad.
TikTok's bad?
You're going over the speed limit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, just fucking accept the fact that I've had an accident. I'm trying to reach out there.
Everyone wants to pour salt on wounds up.
Yeah. No, that's what... There was a couple of people in the comments that was sticking up for me, and there was arguments going for so long. Scroll after scroll, people arguing, and it was good. It was good to have a look at and see people arguing for me.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. Creating full community boards,
Yeah. So when I went back home where I'm from, Central Coast, me and the boys went out for dinner, and someone goes through the drive-through where we're at, and someone goes, "Blake, I'm following you on Instagram. I like and support you." And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. That's mad.
That's random as.
Yeah, it's crazy that stuff happens, bro. But as I said, bro, I'm not surprised because anyone that I've mentioned leading up to our episode coming up, like this is the next episode, everyone's basically said, "Oh, no way. Is he the guy that made the video on Instagram, this, that?" I said, "Yeah, bro." So it's crazy what can happen, bro. Just for press and record.
Yeah, hard.
You've definitely turned something that most people wouldn't have figured out how to do into a very helpful, positive thing.
Yeah, that's why I want to kind of make my own lifestyle mindset coaching business or something for people in my situations. Yeah. Because people in my situation doesn't know how to react or how to deal with it. I think I've learned enough to be able to help people in a way.
For sure.
I'd like to think I do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how long ago was the accident?
A year and 2 months.
Year and
roughly,
2 months. So
roughly. 6th of April.
6th of April.
2024.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, bro, you've definitely had some XP of learning through then.
Yeah.
And you did mention to me off camera as well that you just recently had another surgery, and that's why you're not on your crutch at the moment. So there's still surgeries happening as well.
That should be the last one.
Yeah.
That's 26, 27 surgeries now.
Wow.
So that should be the last one. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But because my femur bone, is pretty much sticking out, and they had to get a fake layer of skin, a synthetic skin, and put over it to try to protect that. So if that doesn't break down, that should be it. But if that breaks down, I'll have to go in for another big surgery. Hopefully, fingers crossed that doesn't happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And all this stuff, bro. Because I know a couple families where they've gone through some bad accidents, and they've been fortunate that a lot of stuff has gone through insurance. So this can be an incredibly expensive ordeal.
Mine's in the millions.
Yeah, bro.
If I wasn't it. I insured the motorbike like 3 days, a week before the accident. Wow. I insured that motorbike.
Wow.
Because the motorbike was my uncle's, but he just let me ride it.
Yeah.
And he has a motorbike license. And I was riding unregistered, unlicensed. So I didn't really care because I was unregistered. So he was like, go insure it, all this and that, so I can ride it. So I went and insured it. If that bike wasn't insured, I would have in the millions to pay for.
Fuck, bro. Yeah. That is unbelievably.
Like, for instance, the synthetic skin that goes over my thumb, that's like $30,000.
Yeah, wow.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. Let alone time spent in hospital, let alone surgeries, let alone rehabilitation. Like,
and then all the drugs they put you on.
Yeah.
I didn't even think you had to pay for that.
Yeah, bro. It's a crazy system, the Australian medical system. Like, it can work. It can work, fortunately. You know, we have got the public health system, but it's not big enough to be able to support everything like that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. While you're waiting 9 months for it.
Yeah. I think my old man's he's got a minor surgery, nothing threatening or anything, but I think he's been waiting like 11 years or something.
11 years.
Yeah, it's just something he needs to get cut out of his mouth. Like, it's not threatening, but it's just uncomfortable kind of thing.
That's crazy.
It can cause grief.
Yeah.
But there's only a couple people that can do it, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how long the wait list goes, eh?
And then it's crazy how fast everything can start to happen with private and with insurance and things like that.
Well, I just had this surgery private, and within a week it was I had the surgery and it was done, and I was like, what the fuck?
That is crazy.
Because I've always been in a public hospital, so I went into a private hospital for the first time, and I was in there for 2 hours, and I was back home.
Oh.
I was like, that's ridiculous.
That is crazy. Bro, that is crazy. So then now that it's been a bit of time, like you've had over a year of being in the current situation, like have you noticed your mindset be any different nowadays than it was back in the day before the accident? Do you feel any changes, like, or
a little bit, yeah.
Little bit?
Yeah. Because all the brain bleeds and whatnot, I feel like I'm a lot more quicker to react to something or quicker to say yes. I don't think about things.
Yeah.
I do things straight away. Yeah. If I want to get it done, I'll get it done.
Oh, that's actually a good thing, Mark.
It is, but it's not.
Now that you say that,
I'll see a pair of shoes and I'm like, yep, they're mine. I'll go spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes. Like, you know, the pink ATLs.
Yeah.
I seen the pink ATLs when I was in rehab, and I was like, I'm going to get them. I went and got a pair of them, and I went and got these. Just a quick $2,000 on a pair of shoes. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
I shouldn't have done that, but I've done it.
When it comes to shoes, I'm my biggest. I'm terrible way.
I've pretty much spent all my money on shoes.
Yeah, yeah, same, bro.
I don't even have 2 legs, and I'm still buying shoes.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Thank goodness I can wear my shoe, my prosthetic part.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just have to sell that one or something.
Just go in there and say, hey, I just need the one. Yeah. Yeah. With the prosthetic, how is that? Obviously, that would have taken some time to learn how to use.
Have to relearn how to walk all over again.
Yeah.
Because if you had a prosthetic from below the knee, that's you don't really have to relearn how to walk. But to get a prosthetic above the knee, that's in a whole different game.
Okay.
That's complicated.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to walk. You need to make sure all your core, everything's up to date, not up to date. Straight, like, you need to be strong. It's fucking hard.
Oh, for sure.
It's very hard.
I've never even thought about it until you mention it now.
Yeah.
But in that terms, like the prosthetic, like, is it just as simple as is there any complication, like electric parts or anything like that, or do you have to completely rely on your hips and things like
you gotta. So it's your hip, and then you got a knee on the leg. It's all bionic and electric and whatnot. So, but it doesn't help me walk at it, and at any point, I just need to move the foot. I don't need to put the foot in certain position for the knee and the leg to work. So the foot needs to go from heel to toe, and then you click through with the hip, and then the knee release and come back. And looks like, if I have long pants on, it looks like I'm walking with just normally without a leg, like with a leg, sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. But I'm guessing that took some time to learn how to do that. Like, how
took
recently
ages.
has it started to look normal?
Probably in the last month.
Okay.
Like, before the surgery, I was getting it heaps good, but I don't have enough strength to be able to do it without a cane. So I got to use a cane, which is the shit part. But that's all right. So that's my problems.
Instead of buying shoes next, you should buy like a crazy cane.
Yeah. I was looking at canes with like eagles and stuff on it. I was looking at them. I was like, fuck, that'd be mad.
with a dagger in it and shit, eh?
Yeah, like some pimp cane.
Yeah, bro. I've seen a video of this. I was watching spies on like hidden spy things. Yeah. And they get like little guns built into their canes.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen stuff like that.
You should get something like that.
That'd be mad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I was always sing and talk with the boys. Like, imagine I put something like that on the bottom of my leg or something. I'd just kick my leg up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. In the world of like the bionic leg that you've got, like, I'm kind of thinking about it now in a sense of like, do you have like your base models and then you have like a pretty more complicated one? How expensive do some of these things get?
Fucking more expensive than a house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what makes them so expensive? Like,
I don't know, the technology. Honestly don't know. I've been wondering that question for a long time. It's just them putting a price tag on it because they know people need it.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Yeah.
It probably might not
like
even be
that wheelchair, for instance, is like $40,000.
What?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, that's a flash chair, bro. Like, that looks hectic.
Yeah, but like
that
for
is
a wheelchair,
insane.
that's more than a car.
Yeah, bro. I don't have anything worth that.
Well, thank God that I got funding behind me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to pay for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Like
what a blessing.
If I didn't have that, like I had a GoFundMe going and I raised like $70,000.
Wow.
But if I didn't get funding behind me, that $70,000 would go to one wheelchair and it would be gone.
Yeah.
My leg for instance is about 90 grand.
Oh wow, that's the prosthetic one. Yeah. Wow.
And that's like a base model.
Yeah.
Like a base model bionic leg.
Wow.
That's like the lowest of the lowest.
Are you serious? I was thinking lowest could have been like $1,000.
Yeah, you can get legs that are like that.
Yeah.
But they're nowhere.
No bionic or electric movement.
Yeah, they're just like a free knee that just you gotta control it kind of thing.
Yeah. Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And this funding, like how obviously you had the GoFundMe as well, which is that still up? Is that still that?
No, it's down now.
It's down, yeah.
Yeah.
And then where were you able to try and find funding and stuff? Is that through the insurance?
Through Lifetime Care. So it's a little bit like NDIS, but I think it's more of a like a private thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they take care of everything, my physio, my doctor's appointments, surgeries, legs, wheelchairs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God, because if it wasn't for them, I'd be fucked.
Oh, bro, thank God for them. That's a great way to put it. That's crazy. And then you said also recently, I can't remember if this was before the podcast as well, but you just recently went and gave a speech somewhere as well. What was that? What was that
Sydney
for?
Uni.
Sydney Uni, yeah.
Because I want to try to get out there, and even if I'm reaching 1% of the crowd, I still want to get out there and tell people about motorbike awareness and road awareness and whatnot, and try get that message out there. Wear gear, wear helmets, make sure your helmet's all right, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty good. That I've done that with with two other boys that have brain injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So that was more of a brain injury thing to tell the up and coming doctors and nurses and whatnot about the brain injury, and try to get them to understand a bit more about a person with a brain injury.
Oh, for sure.
So that was more of a brain injury thing, but it was still good to get out there and tell my story to people and whatnot.
Especially being, I know you're 21, bro, but if you were like 19, 20 at the time when that happened, like even 21's young. I'm 26, I'm young, bro, realistically. I'm not trying to say you're young. But like at that age as well, I do remember even myself feeling very invincible.
Yeah.
Really,
well, that's also where I want to get my message across to, is because everyone goes to that stage and thinks they're fucking all this and that, thinks they're a sick cunt, invincible, they can do whatever the fuck they want. When that's not the case.
Yeah, 100% that's not the case, bro. I couldn't tell you how fortunate I've been in years where I've just gotten into that many car accidents and ridden off cars and all these things, because I genuinely just thought everyone's wrong, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these rules are there to be broken. Like I genuinely believe it.
100%.
Yeah.
I was there to break every rule as I could.
Yeah. That's what rules are there for. People like us, you know.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Challenges.
Yeah. I love breaking a good rule. Maybe not so much now, but I still try to.
Yeah. You pick your rules now, a bit more carefully. Yeah. That's cool. But even to have a message, even like, motorbike awareness and wear your gear and wear your helmets and things like that, like that's such a positive thing to hear,
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think a lot of people underestimate what it can really take to change someone's perspective.
100%.
Like my life in particular, and sorry, I know you're about to say something, I cut you off, but there's only been a couple sentences along my life that have stuck with me forever. And it might have been like a role model who would have been a fight instructor that told me about, trust me, this is what the gang life is kind of like. It's fun, it's hectic, but I spent this long in jail after. And then that little sentence at the end was like, oh, like, you're still influential, but maybe you're right at the same time, like, and as I said, bro, I had a tradesman here and there, or even maybe a sentence from a teacher or someone, but there's always those little things that imprint in your head, So to be one of those voices in the future is like such a net positive for the world.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's why before my accident, I was doing some pretty bad things.
Yeah.
But
we don't have to go into all of it, that's for sure.
I won't go into it in case something.
Yeah.
But that's where kind of that stems from, is like my partner even says, if you weren't doing that, this wouldn't have happened. When I look at it a different way. It was going to happen anyway, either way.
Well, I think that's actually a very healthy mindset, bro. To understand and believe that, because I believe it's the truth as well, that everything was going to happen, whether we liked it or not. But it's up to us in every present moment to decide what the next moments are going to be.
How to accept and overcome it.
Yeah, but the past was always going to be the past.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's a good quote that I like that says, the way it happened was the way it was always meant to happen. Why? Because it did.
100%. That's how I've always looked at it. Because even before this, I manifested this.
No, no way.
100%.
Wow.
When I lived in Olympic Park a while ago, I used to say to the Uber drivers, I can't come down because I got one leg. So I manifested this for a long time.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I said to my uncle a while ago, because I forgot even I done that and I manifested it. I said to him, bro, I fucking manifested this. I've said this for so long. And that fucking happened.
Oh, that's fucked. Yeah. My nan used to say
as
that
bad
to
as
me,
that
bro.
sounds, but like,
yeah,
that's the truth.
That's cool to understand that the manifesting also works in that way as well, bro.
100%.
Like my nan used to say to me growing up, she used to say stories like, one of my friends, they used to just be working all the time and they'd say, I need a break, I need a break, I need a break. And then they'd break their leg or they'd break their back.
Yeah.
And then someone else says, I want to be more open-hearted. I just wish I was more open-hearted. And they'd end up getting open heart surgery, you know? And she's like, be careful about what you manifest.
Yeah. It's weird how that shit works, huh?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know how it works, but it's weird how it works.
Yeah. Well, I think it works, bro, just because we're just so complex computers in a way, right?
Yeah.
And our screens, which is our conscious thoughts, are just showing us the most simple, basic shit that we need to know.
Yeah.
But when we're saying to ourselves things like, it's like in the back of our mind, they're getting to work, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much downloading it for it to happen.
Yeah. It's an update for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. How'd you feel doing this speech at this university? How did that feel?
At first, because I done it with a speech pathologist that I met her last week.
Okay.
So it took me a couple of days to get it written up and etc.
And how did you meet this speech and pathologist?
I've been telling my physio that I want to get out there, public speak and whatnot for a while, and then they mentioned I got this speech pathologist that has links and whatnot into that kind of industry. So they put me in touch with her, and I was like, I want to do a meeting ASAP and whatnot. And then we wrote out a quick book, like a quick something that I could read off. And she was like, all right, well, do you want to do this thing on Monday? And I was like, fuck it, why not? May as well give it a go.
Yeah.
And this story that I wrote up was literally written in a day. Like,
oh wow.
Like it was basic draft.
Yeah.
And I went in there with open mind and whatnot. I went in there just thinking nothing of it. At first I was nervous as I'd done like 3 pieces before it. Nervous pieces.
Yeah.
I went in there, just done it, smashed it out. But then at the end, everyone come up to me and was like, "Was that your first speech?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "There's no way. There's no way that could have been your first speech."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that, so it was good.
That's cool, bro. Yeah. That's cool. And when you ended up writing it, was it a lot of the stuff that you've been thinking about saying for a long time as well?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've been wanting to say for ages.
Yeah,
but I just couldn't say because my lawyer.
Yeah.
There's just still a couple more things I want to say, but I don't know if I can say it. So I might just keep that in.
Yeah. Save some for in the future, you know. Yeah. I think the more time you think about what you want to say, bro, because I do it a lot, obviously. One, being a podcast host, and 2, things like speeches and meetings and anything that I have an opportunity to speak at, like, bro, I love it. I love the attention. I love when people are looking at me. I love being able to just ramble. Like, I love it. So if I have like a week thinking, what would I like to say next time? Bro, by the time that week comes, bro, I'm ready to shoot, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. Like, it's cool, like, it's a nice little practice. And when you had the speech pathologist, what are they meant to do? Are they to help you figure out how to deliver what you want to say, or like what's the kind of point of that?
Well, I'm not sure because of my brain injury. So I'm not sure if she knew how I am because of my brain injury or what. So the other speakers, like they have pretty significant brain injury that they need her to help and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure because how severe my brain injury was, that she thought I might have been a bit worse than I am. Yeah. So once I done all this, I'm pretty sure she was like, fuck, maybe he's all right to manage himself and,
for sure,
and be able to say stories. So I'm pretty sure that's what she was there for, was to help me write it help me pronounce it, help me say it.
Yeah, that's cool. Especially if she was like, "Hey, you want to do it on Monday?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's like, "There's no point."
Yeah, well, she's seen at first. She's seen how good I was at speaking and etc. She was like, I think you'd be alright for Monday. Let's do it Monday."
Yeah,
I was like, all right.
She was probably just mistaking everything. But it was actually just nerves in the beginning.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely nerves.
Yeah.
And not only that, I had my partner, my mum, my uncle, my auntie there, and they're all looking at me, and I was like, fuck. Because in front of random people, I don't care in front of random people, but then in front of my uncle, my mum, my auntie, my partner, I'm like, fuck. Did I say that properly? Did I mess up? Was I not supposed to say that?
Bro, that is a good point. I've never even thought about that, eh? But the more people I care about that are listening, the worse it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually not good to have that.
Or you don't know what to say, you get stuck with stuff, you're like, fuck. It does your head in.
Yeah, that's cool. That's heaps cool. Would you look at doing more of this stuff in the future?
Yeah, 100%. So I want to eventually be able to do it myself or reach out to a school and not get it organised for me. I want to be the one organising it all and doing it all. That's where I want to, I think that's what I want to do with my life now, is be a motivational speaker and even do seminars and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Just something along them lines. Yeah.
Schools is a great idea, bro.
Yeah.
Especially
schools
like
and juvenile centres.
juvenile boys' homes. That'd be really good.
Yeah, because I can relate to them. If this didn't happen, I'd be in jail now.
Yeah. I've had a lot of lads come on in the past who spent time in juvenile boys' homes, and then I've had a lot of lads come on who have spent time giving speeches in juvenile boys' homes as well. And I think I might try and see if I can put you in contact with them just to figure out how they end up getting in touch with them and how they move the process forward and, how all of it works.
Yeah.
If you're interested in that, I'll message them after. But I think that the number one thing that works for not just kids in juvie, not just kids in TAFE, like it was really good for me or even in school, is relatability. If you can relate to the person speaking in any way, bro. Yeah,
100%. That's why when I'm speaking, even at the uni, I put in a video of me doing, I don't know how these uni kids are, but I put in a video of me shooting fireworks, like the couple of days before my accident. I was shooting fireworks with my friend and whatnot. Like I was just doing stupid shit a young kid would do. And as soon as I put that video out there, people were much more open to ask me questions and all this and that because they could relate.
And to be honest, bro, that's the kids you need to relate to. Let's be real.
Yeah, 100%.
If people aren't going to be shooting fireworks, maybe they're not going to be likely to become the type of people to become addicted. And I'm not just saying fireworks. I'm talking about like irresponsible activities, right? Yeah. They might not be the kids that get into car accidents or drug addictions or crime and things like this. So to showcase that, I think, and it's a bit controversial to have this opinion as well, but I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I always think it's a good idea.
100%. I put in this other video of me riding a motorbike as well. I was riding one-handed video and going like 150 plus.
Yeah.
The speech pathologist was like, no, I'm not adding that in. But I was like, it's a good video, but like people can relate to that and they'll look at that and think, oh, look at this sick kind of, and then look at me and be like, oh, that's what happens when you do stupid shit like that. Yeah.
And especially being face value, bro, seeing someone in person.
Yeah, well, that's why in school also, when all these speakers used to come, you used to look at them and they used to tell you all these bad stories about being a passenger, but then you look at them and they got nothing wrong with them. But then that's why I want to do it, because you look at me, I got one leg, I got one arm, basically, and you can see the physical side effects and whatnot.
And to be honest, bro, like you don't have many survivors in your case.
100%. 100%. That's also why I want to get out there, because it's a rare, like it's fucking, I'm lucky to be alive.
Yeah. And to be honest, I could not think of anyone else doing it. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone else doing it. When I was growing up, I never had anyone come and do it for me.
Yeah.
And I think realistically, if someone like you was to come to a school and I was to hear your story, it would have made me be a bit careful.
100%, me too. Because then you have shit to relate with them, like and whatnot. Yeah. And you look at him like, oh, he's just like me, and you're like, fuck. If it can happen to him, it'll happen to me. Yeah.
To be honest, there's always been those little speeches that came to the schools. Like I remember this guy actually, now I think about it, would come. He came maybe twice. I've seen him in my life because I went to a couple of different schools. But he would do like graffiti talks in a way where he would explain the fact that, he went out with his mates, started tagging this, that. But then inhaling so many fumes. He couldn't play basketball as much, and the stories were a bit shit. I can't lie to you. Like,
you look at him and think, oh, that's nothing. Hey.
yeah.
That's what I used to do.
Yes, of course, me too. And then it was like, he would tell the stories about how he got in trouble and then this and that, and it's like, I kind of got what the message was, but I just feel like he was lacking that relatability, that little bit of a sense as well. However, if by any stretch of the imagination this ever gets back to him, I do think he's doing a good job. I just didn't think it worked for me, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's also a good day for the kids, bro. It gets kids out of class. They're excited.
That's what I used to love about them.
Remember Healthy Harold?
Yeah. Healthy Harold. He hasn't been around in my life for a while.
No. I could have used him, mate. Healthy 100%.
Harold. I used to love Healthy Harold.
Yeah.
Getting his van and that.
Yeah,
in the big trailer.
Bro, Healthy Harold now, because they keep the buses over near Collerton.
Yeah.
I think it's on, what's that? Glossop Street, near Glossop Street, somewhere near there. And Healthy Harold's now a full-on animated AI looking thing now. It's not even like what it used to be. Like
a puppet.
Yeah, it's not a puppet anymore, bro. It's like a full cartoon spec. They missed out, bro.
100%.
They missed out on Healthy Harold taking his head off and having a dart behind the caravan before he comes into class.
100%.
Yeah.
And then talk to you about how bad it is.
Yeah, that's so funny. So what nowadays, like, I'm assuming your world has kind of opened up to a bit more of the, and how would I use the word not to be like confused? Maybe like, is it disabilities? Like, is that kind of the right way to say your condition? Like, yeah, because I'm not really sure the terminology.
Yeah, no, disability. But I don't like saying that I'm disabled. I'm more like saying I'm abled.
Hey, well, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
because in my head, disabled and in my situation, two different terms. Like disabled is you can't function, but then abled is me.
Yeah, that's mad.
that's how I like to look at it.
Yeah, that's
but I still get all the perks, disabled cover. That.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, well, I had a question I want to come back to in a minute then, but this is one that popped into my head earlier.
Yeah.
I thought of it because when you came over, I felt bad because like, fuck, I've only got stairs to get into my place, bro, you know?
Yeah.
How much of a difference has being outside and trying to interact with society been in that world?
It's been right. Like, most places I go, I got my leg on anyway. But when I'm in my wheelchair, honestly, I don't like going out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't know, I'm young. I don't want to be seen in a wheelchair. I don't know. It's just something about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I just got to accept that this is my life now, and I got to, when I have surgeries or when I can't wear my leg or whatnot, I just got to get out there and not care about what other people think or say, or this is just one of them things you can't care about.
And I think you're doing the right thing by not caring about what people think about in general. Yeah. I think that even myself, most people struggle with that in general, you know, like the fear of judgment is something that's so interesting because realistically, I know no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean? But 100%. When I don't have a haircut, I think people think I don't. You know what I mean?
That's what happened to me before I was coming here. I was like, oh, I'm going to get my haircut. I'm going to be late, but I'm getting my haircut.
Yeah, bro. I was talking to this bird on maybe like Monday or something like that on I matched her on Tinder or something, and she was saying like, oh, you're a bit confident. I said, I'm extremely confident from Thursday arvo till Sunday arvo. You know, and then as soon as Monday hits to Thursday, as I'm trying to get to, it's like the fear of thinking people are judging you is such a common feeling, you know. And do you consciously think about that often, especially like, you know, being in your wheelchair and stuff like that in public? Like, do you feel like people are thinking certain things?
100%.
Yeah.
Feel like they're looking at me because people obviously look. Like in my situation, look at one leg. You don't see people with one leg option often. So a fair bit of people look at me, and that's what I hate. That's what I hate because then I start thinking, oh, fucking, why are they looking at me? It just makes me want to go, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't blurt that out in public.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest problem.
Yeah, I tell you what's interesting, bro, and I don't know if this is going to help or not. I'm really spitting this off the top of my head, but I think that you'd be thinking it whether you were in your wheelchair or on your prosthetic or not, or you'd be thinking it back in the day and you're still this age without the accident anyway. I think everyone's thinking it, bro.
When I was back before my accident, I used to think, oh, do I look big enough? Do I look like shit like that? You know what I mean? And then haircut, and then fucking.
There's always something
like
bro.
that.
I swear to God, everyone's constantly worried. Everyone hates people looking at them. Like it's It's such a weird human condition.
Yeah,
bro,
it is, isn't it?
Yeah. But to have an example in front of you to be like, who cares? Let's just ignore it and not be, is actually a fucking mad mindset, bro. Because
100%.
anyone and everyone needs to listen to that voice in their head. Yeah.
100%.
And what about training now? You were into the gym before, and I've seen a couple of videos of you training, which is so fucking impressive, bro. To be at the gym, I've seen you doing like the fucking laying down incline assisted machine, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
With the plate loaded ones.
Yeah.
And even dumbbells, you're doing fucking flies and shit. Like, I think that's so fucking dope. You have like a routine you're trying to do a certain amount of days a week, or what are you
I've
trying
only
to do?
just started trying to get back into a routine because I've only just recently learnt that Lyrica is the main cause of why I've been putting on weight. So I've been trying to do fasted cardio in the morning, and then I try to get to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, and then just do my legs one day, and then chest and arms, and then like back and shoulders another day. So that's all what I've been aiming for. And then cardio every morning. Try to do cardio every morning.
And what do you try and do when it comes to cardio? How does that work? What cardio machines?
I went to the gym the other day because I haven't been to the gym since my surgery. Because wearing a leg and walking, obviously I can't walk on a treadmill and whatnot until I get better at my leg. Other than like a exercise bike, I can't really do that with one leg because then when you push it around, it gets like it's not the tension. The tension's not there.
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck, I got to try some other shit. So I got on a rowing machine. A rowing machine, that's mad.
Fuck, that's crazy idea.
So I'm going to do like 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, and about 10 times.
Fuck, that's sick. So you kind of like hold it centered with the things that you're trying to do?
Yeah, just hold it and then like that.
Yeah, good effort, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't even fucking try the roll machine as is, bro.
No, that's what I was looking at. I was watching people do it. I was like, fuck, I don't really want to get on this thing, but it's probably going to work.
Yeah,
so I just got on it, and it's the only thing that works. I'm just going to pump that out every morning.
Yeah.
Try to.
That's mad. I won't put this bit in the podcast. I want to ask you personally, like, what gym do you go to? Okay, cool. I didn't want to put where you lived and what gym you train in the podcast as well. Right. But I might just say, if you're all right with it, Anytime Fitness, because I love Anytime Fitness, bro.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh?
Yeah.
And then wherever you go, if you go traveling, wherever you go, there's one there.
Yeah. It's hectic.
It's fucking convenient as fuck. If you go to Wells or something and then you go somewhere else and they got no Welds there,
there's not enough, eh? Yeah. What about, have you ever tried the one at Box Hill, Box Hill Anytime Fitness?
No, I haven't.
Dude, what I've been trying to do lately is like maybe every 3 days try a different Anytime, travel around. If it doesn't matter where I'm working or if I'm staying or dinner with someone, whatever. Yeah. Box Hill, you cannot beat that gym, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Is it mad?
It's the best gym I've ever been to, let alone an Anytime. Yeah. It's mad.
Should try fucking Rhodes.
Rhodes?
Yeah, Rhodes has just been built like a year ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's massive Anytime.
Mad.
It's fucking heaps of gym equipment there.
I might go tonight then.
Yeah, it's mad. Mad one of Rhodes.
Yeah, that's sick.
What about Riley's?
Riley's. Have I been to Riley's? Is that the Marsden Park? Riley's gym?
Pretty sure there's one at Marsden Park in Seven Hills.
Yeah, I think I might have been to the one back in the day at Marsden, but I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Is it Mad Gym Bar?
Yeah, it's Mad Gym.
Yeah.
It's where I fucking began my gym journey.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I bet, bro, people are inspired seeing you in the gym for sure. Motherfuckers, I hate when I go to the gym and I just see people doing fuck all. You know what I mean?
They go there just to be there, take photos and go.
Yeah. I bet when people see you putting in work on that roll machine, they're like, fuck, I'm doing nothing.
Yeah. That's why I try to, when I had my leg on one, I was going to the gym every day, and then I was trying to do lifestyle and mindset coaching business. Yeah. Didn't really work out, so I just gave up.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, but I was just putting out there, like, what's your excuse? I'm out here doing this and you're doing nothing. Fuck all. I was just trying to put that out there, but I don't think that really helped.
It doesn't land the best. Yeah, so my mates that do like coaching and lifestyle and stuff like that as well, sometimes they'll just be so excited in their content and passionate. They're like, why the fuck can I do it and you can't? And then they always go, oh, that wasn't the best video.
People get the wrong idea from it. They're like, oh, well, fuck you. So I just gave up on my lifestyle mindset coaching business.
Yeah, for now. For now, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely something cool, bro.
Yeah.
What about goals moving forward? Like, and I wanted to ask you this as well, like, because a lot of people that I know nowadays, they actually haven't picked a career or a job so far yet, but were you working at all before the accident?
I was working, but I quit working in October 2023. So I didn't work for a couple of months before my accident. But I was studying to be PT. Yeah. So I started studying recently to become PT, but I don't think that's really what I want to do anymore. I more want to do talks and lectures and seminars and whatnot. I want to try getting into that field. Maybe do some courses to get me more certified and to be able to do it, so people are more convinced about me going to unis or doing my own lectures and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. I want to start getting paid to go and talk to the younger generation and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
That's such a cool niche to be in, bro. And I think there's so many awesome ways to get involved in it as well. Like even you were telling me about the speech pathologist. Is that the word, pathologist? Yeah. I was kind of thinking to myself, like, it'd be cool to just to get like a coach once a week to just help you improve your dialect and dialogue.
Well, that's what she's kind of for.
Yeah,
just to improve my thinking, my talking, whatnot. Which is just it's pretty good.
I'd love to have one just to be able to be a better communicator myself, bro. Like just for podcast hosts and content creation in general. It's something that I've thought about for a few months. But I might now. I didn't even know what to look up, but now I can look up speech pathologist.
Yeah, speech pathologist is pretty good. They fucking help you with everything.
And what about? I think a lot of people say as well that the easiest way to become a coach or even speaker and seminar host is to have a coach yourself. Do you ever think there'd be something that you'd be interested in doing? Getting a coach as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a scary leap for me, bro.
Like a mentor or something.
Yeah, a mentor as well. I think it's a great idea. I've been wrestling with it for like a year and a half, Like, it's just pulling that money out, Like,
that's all it is, You look at them and they're like fucking $100 an hour, or fucking way more than that, and you're like, fuck, bro. Just to give me life lessons or life advice, and you're like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, bro. It's a crazy pyramid in a way, like as well, like, and I don't want to use the word pyramid scheme because I don't think it's a scheme, because everyone that I know that's involved are doing well, and if they haven't become uber rich yet, they're at least 10 times better than they were 10 weeks before.
100%. It's like my uncle, for instance. When he got out of jail, he was trying to start his own business, and then he started going to lectures, started going to fucking all that, and then got a mentor kind of, and fuck, look at him now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's awesome, bro. It's awesome. I have had countless people on the pod that have been through the cycle themselves. Yeah. And like one guy that came on a few weeks ago, shout out to Chris Olchin, he explained to me that he invested like something like $90,000 up at one point. Yeah. And he now has people come on, pay him. I think he does like, let's just say it could have been anything between $5,000 and $20,000 a month. Yeah. But then he's paying $50,000 a month for his coach, and then his coach is paying $150,000 for his. It's all the way up to $500,000.
Yeah, the coach has always got a coach.
Yeah, and then it's like that information's just getting passed down, which is like super successful, helpful information. Yeah,
100%.
So it's a cool world, bro. But I'm with you when it comes.
You just got to understand that world and know how to fucking know how to get around it or get into it. Yeah, or have the money to do it.
Exactly.
It's one or the other.
And I think the only way to get into it, bro, and learn it is to get into it and learn it. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like me now. I'm trying to learn day trading.
Yeah.
Forex trading.
Yeah.
And fuck, that's like gotta learn that to know that.
Yeah, bro.
It's like. Fucking...
I don't even want to talk about trading. Like, it irks me. I've never hit a lick on a trade before.
Bro, I put like 3,000 in like a month or two ago. I was still mad at it. I lost a fair bit of it, and then I got it back up to like 4,000, and I just started doing dumb shit.
Yeah, bro. Taking risks.
I lost it in like a week.
Yeah.
Because I went down and went back up. And I was like, fuck yeah, I know it now. I know the charts. I'll just put more money on. I was putting like $1,000 trades on. Boom, gone. Boom, gone. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Oh, pick something, walk away. That's my advice when it comes to it. Pick something safe and walk away.
Yep. Don't take risks.
Don't take risks, bro.
Take it out when you know you take it out.
Yeah, that's cool. So what about being in public as well? I was curious. So you're saying most places you don't like going if you just have your wheelchair.
Yeah.
But if you do have your wheelchair and you come and like, say for example, like today or even go on shops or gym, wherever you're trying to get to, are most places easy enough, accessible?
Yeah, most places have gotten renovated to be wheelchair accessible. Like most places are pretty easy, or if they have stairs, they got an elevator or something.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a house or something, which I'm alright to get up a couple of stairs and stuff, but a whole flight of stairs to get up another level.
Yeah,
that's when it gets hard.
That's heavy, I'd say. Wow. And what about your own house? Like, are you still living in the same place you were living at before?
Nah.
No, it's not.
No, I moved from there. So I was living at the coast, but then I moved from the coast down back to Sydney. I live in a unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just all lifts and whatnot. But then my unit is like, it's like it was built for wheelchairs. Like the doors are way bigger than normal. The bathroom's fucking huge.
Wow.
So and then like the sinks and whatnot all down to my level, so it's literally built for a wheelchair. I feel like.
Wow.
So it's mad.
That is cool. That is cool. I know a family that ended up going through, and I won't mention as little detail as I can, just to keep them as privately as I can through this episode, but they went through a pretty big accident with their family, and the daughter ended up becoming paralyzed, and insurance was able to look after a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like $900,000 to be able to turn their house into now accessible for them.
Yeah.
They ended up figuring out a way with the insurance company to be able to knock their house down, use some of their own money and build it so it can facilitate.
Yeah, that's mad.
And this house is crazy. I can
imagine.
Like, it's
Has it got lifts for wheelchairs and stuff?
Oh, bro, it's got overhead cranes like
Fucking
in the ceiling and shit. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's mad.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sick.
fucking crazy.
That's heaps cool.
And it's just something that I'd never thought of. And her situation's a little bit different too. Instead of like having to sit down, she has to lay down facing forward kind of thing. So it just makes everything so much easier.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to do for me. It's like get like a hospital bed so I could like lift my bed up and down and put the bed head up and whatnot, do shit like that. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, I refuse to do that.
Yeah. What about if you spend so much time in hospital as well? How's food? That much time in there? What's that like?
Oh, fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's worse than jail food. It's fucking shit.
Yeah.
The only thing I liked was the sausage, eggs, and bacon in the morning.
Yeah.
But then half the time they fucked that up most of the time. And so I fucking spent all my money on Uber Eats.
Oh, bro, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah.
Because I was in the city. So I had mad food around me.
Yeah.
The best food.
How do you Uber Eats in the city? Like, what? How do they? If you didn't have like your mum or your partner with you to help you, like, how do they get it to you?
When they weren't there, because I was bedridden, so I couldn't even go down and get it myself. When I was bedridden, I'd go get the doctors to go get it for me and everything.
That's
mad.
cool.
Yeah.
That's heaps cool. Yeah, I love that. That's mad.
Yeah.
And then since getting out, have you tried to get back into a bit more of like healthier food
Yeah.
again? Because now you're back into the gym and all that.
I have my days where I'm like, oh, let's just get a burger, and I get a burger, and then at the night I'm like, fuck, I regret that.
Yeah, bro.
So I have my days, definitely, but I'm trying to do fucking better shit for myself and try to get back into a routine and get back to where I was, because I want to get back on stage eventually. So I'm trying to get back to that physique and whatnot.
Crazy.
Obviously, I'm not going to get back to the exact physique because of this arm.
Yeah.
Which is what the hardest thing is as well. Is that arm won't get muscle enough until it starts working again.
But and to be honest, I think by the sounds of things, bro, like it might be a while, but I can see a future where it's like both arms, same size muscles, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
Or even if it isn't, I've followed this guy on Instagram. You might have seen him, but I follow him on Instagram, and he has the same arm injury. And this arm injury and this arm surgery to fix it only come out a year or two ago.
Wow.
And his happened like 4 years ago, so he's not able to do it because his nerves would be dead by the time they do the surgery. So there's no point doing the surgery. So he gets on stage and whatnot. Obviously, he has two legs, but just the arm injury, and he's still getting on stage and whatnot. And just this side of his upper body is just got muscles and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he's still getting up on stage. So I definitely look up to him and watch him get on stage and stuff.
That was actually going to be one of my questions, bro. I was curious to know, has some of your inspirations changed through this whole thing as well? You know, like he's one person that I haven't seen, to be honest. I haven't seen him before, but are you kind of noticing a bit more people in that kind of world? Yeah,
I'm definitely noticing a lot more. I'm looking at, I'm looking for him kind of thing, looking for people that are doing good and doing the stuff I want to do, getting back into the gym and whatnot. It's a bit hard for me, but because I've got two unique injuries that if someone has one leg that they don't have the same arm injury, so it's a bit hard for me. So that's why I like to look at a guy with an arm injury and then a guy with a leg injury.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the point of life in a way, bro. Like to look at different people and choose what you find inspiring about them. Yeah. Never to find one person and make them your star to aim towards. You know,
100%.
Little bits of this person, little bits of that person.
100%.
So that's actually a mad, unique way to say, hey, like he's got one leg, I'll have that guy's leg, and I'll have that guy's arm. Like that's hectic.
Just combine them together.
Yeah, that's cool. And then at the moment, like I'm guessing your lifestyle, you know, you're trying to go to the gym pretty much every day, at least, you know, 3 or 4 times a week at least.
Yeah.
In those days off, what are you able to do, or what do you do to keep yourself entertained? And
on them days
like
off, I try to split my days up. So on the days that I don't have physio and doctor's appointments, I go to the gym. On the days off that I'm not doing nothing. But then on the days that I'm doing shit, I'm not going to the gym. I'm going to physio and stuff. So I'm still working on the same stuff I'd be working in the gym, but with
that's cool. And what about at home? Like, what's kind of like? Because to be honest, bro, I'm always looking for that next thing to watch or do or thing or anything like that. Where do you spend most of your time when you're at home?
Playing my game.
Yeah.
I found this company in the UK that makes a one-handed keyboard and mouse.
Wow.
So I got that, and I've been just playing my game.
Bro, that's hectic. How, I'm assuming it will take a little bit of time to get your head around it, but you got your head around it now?
It took me ages because I've always been a controller player. So even just keyboard and mouse would even be hard with two hands.
Yeah.
So keyboard and mouse with one hand, it was tricky.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you got your head around it?
Accuse me of cheating and stuff.
Oh, that's dope, bro. Yeah. What games are you trying to play on
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah, man.
Because it's only the main game that I can change keybinds and shit on.
Yeah.
But then I go to another game, I can't change the keybinds and whatnot.
That's heaps cool, bro. You know what? You should stream that shit.
I've tried.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's fucking hard.
I know it would be difficult, bro, but that's fucking hectic to be able to flex as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not only run it up on them, but then send them the link.
Yeah.
And just let them know you did it with one hand.
I got banned like a week or two ago for cheating.
Oh, no way.
I was like, fucking cunt. Only if they knew. They get shit on by a disabled person.
That's hectic. Are you mic'd up as well?
Yeah. Oh, I'm always telling cunts, you just got shit on by a disabled person.
That's so mad, bro. That's so mad. That's cool. Speaking, they're gonna get the new GTA. Hopefully that can be compatible with it.
Hopefully, because I tried GTA 5, but I can't change keyboards and shit on there.
Yeah.
But if I'm sure if I get a PC, because I'm doing keyboard and mouse on a console.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if I get a PC, I'll be able to change the keyboards on a PC.
Yeah. PC you can operate all of that stuff through the PC settings. So that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you're keen with GTA 6, bro, but I don't think we're getting that anytime soon.
It comes out next year.
Yeah, they pushed it back.
It's supposed to come out this year. They pushed it back.
Fuck, bro. It's like the only game I'm keen to play.
Yeah.
When you say COD, like, to be honest, I spent a lot of my childhood playing it competitively. Yeah. And it makes me a bit jealous, but I'm just not playing any games at the moment.
It's through COVID I used to play competitively. I was top 100 in Oceanic servers.
Oh, that's so hectic. Yeah, man. I used to play me and this clan in Australia. We were top 2 in Australia. I think top 11 in the world at some point.
Yeah.
And everyone picked on me at school being a nerd, so I fucking stopped playing.
It's like that, huh? Until everyone starts playing it and it becomes a thing.
Oh, yeah, bro. Now it's like the best thing in the world, and I'm trash. Yeah. Nah, I hear you, bro. Well, bro, I think it's fucking crazy, bro, how positive you have been able to be through this whole thing. I'm curious as well, you said you had a couple rough days while you were in hospital, but has there been any rough days since? Like,
there's been a couple rough days. Like, shit that I fucking just can't help, or I can't figure shit out or something like that, and you just can't hold that against yourself. Like, this is my life now, you know what I mean? So I just got to overcome it and fucking keep kicking goals. It's
crazy that you have such a fucking, and you said you started, before we got into the whole story, you were saying, 16 I started to mature a little bit as well, but I think you have a crazy mature mindset, realistically. Like, compared to most people, even in their 30s and 40s, to be this powerfully optimistic about anything in general. Yeah. Most people are miserable sacks of shit, bro.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've spent the last few years thinking, like, I think most people are angry because of the road rage, miserable because of their situations, and lazy. They don't go to the gym. So
100%.
Yeah.
Gym's fucking number one.
Yeah.
If you don't go to the gym, you're fucking miserable. That's why I try to go aim for to go to the gym, because it fucking just changes everything for you.
Yeah.
Not only that, like I've working when I was in construction, before my accident, I used to look at all the older fellas and think, you are fucking miserable. I'm fucking 19 years old doing what you fucking are doing when you're 40.
Yeah, bro.
That is miserable.
Absolutely, bro. That's the number one thing. I'm walking around site looking at everyone older thinking, like, bro, if I don't figure something out, I'll end up doing what they're doing, bro.
100%.
And it's like, I don't even necessarily mean that and to be honest, I have my plans to stop being able to work on the tools and turn out like the lads that are mature enough still doing it. But I just mean, I don't want to end up with that same mentality. Yeah. I don't want to end up pissed off from the moment I get to site.
Stuck in a rat race.
Oh, bro. Miserable when you get home, miserable when you get to work and shit, bro.
Fucking shit lifestyle that is. That's why I quit working and went and tried to do some other things.
Yeah, bro. Trust me, I'm all for it. Anytime anyone gets an opportunity to quit work, and honestly, even if they want to do nothing, I actually support it. I'm like, do what you got to do until you run out of money.
100%.
And then when it all goes pear shaped, get back into the race again.
Yeah, 100%.
My advice to anyone, and it might not apply to in every person's situation, but like to avoid getting in that mental loop of misery, like I feel like a lot of people end up becoming, is just try and have more fun. Like I don't know why
on
it's
your
so
days off,
complicated.
go and do shit you like to do.
Yeah.
Or don't just sit at home and think, fuck, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. Even this morning, like I was like, you know what, I'll wake up early. I didn't, and I felt like shit, bro. You know, it's simple
It gets
as
like that, huh?
Yeah. I know that's simple advice, and I'm not trying to fucking change the world with that simple quote, but it's like, it doesn't sound that complicated. You know?
100%.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool, bro. And I was curious as well, like, moving forward, you know, I know that you're really excited to get into the world of speaking and seminars and stuff like that as well. But did you have any other plans and goals that you've kind of decided you don't want to do anymore other than like just PT and things like this?
Honestly, not really, eh?
Yeah.
I was just fucking going with the flow just before. I was going with the flow, doing what tomorrow needs to be done. I didn't really do much. I was just doing the same shit over and over again. Not the same shit over and over again. It was different every day. Like I wasn't working. I was doing this and that. It was different every day. But yeah, so I was just following, just doing what I was doing.
Yeah. Then it kind of sounds like then through this you've found a bit of purpose that you might not have found in the past.
100%, definitely found purpose. Because when I was in hospital, I had a lot of time to think, and I just would think of like all these speakers and stuff that'd come to my school and tell me exactly what happened that I needed to watch out for. And I've never seen the physical side on them. Like they've always been okay. They've always been walking. They've always been looked okay. So that's definitely what I've been thinking of is I wouldn't get out there because you can see what's happened.
Yeah.
All this and that.
That's cool, bro. Especially to put yourself back into your own head to be a teenager listening to it as well. Because I've said it a few times in the past, but someone told me that the best thing you can do, especially in forms of making content or looking for your purpose or trying to be an example, is talk to yourself 5 years ago.
Yeah.
If you can make content based on what you needed 5 years before that, that's what sends anyone catapultistic forward, you know?
100%.
And I struggle. I don't have a good enough memory to remember myself 5 years realistically, you know? But that's what coaches do. That's what trainers do, boxing coaches, jiu-jitsu coaches. It's what these motherfuckers are doing. They're just like, what did I need to be told? Okay. And then
100%.
just do the same thing, bro.
Yeah, 100%. It's like when you watch a reel of a rich guy and someone asks him if you were yourself 10 years ago, what would you ask yourself? It's like kind of like that.
Yeah.
I always watch them videos and it's just fucking even watch them is like life changing kind of thing. You're like, fuck, I need to watch out for that, or I need to start working towards that even.
Yeah, absolutely. I try and spend as little time as I can fucking scrolling, bro, but like really...
it's so addictive.
You can find some gems in there, but bro, I got the bug, eh?
Yeah, it's fucked. My screen time's probably like 15 hours a day. It's so bad.
Yeah. Nah, that's sweet, bro. I think, honestly, we're all stuck in that system at the moment of being able to scroll, but... To be a contributor, not just a consumer, is a really powerful thing, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's why I've been trying to like focus like how can I make money off doing this so I'm not just sitting there scrolling all day. That's what I'm trying to work towards now.
Yeah.
It's how to make money off it.
Yeah. When you figure it out, bro, send me some tips, eh?
Yeah, I will. I'll try to. If I figure it out.
I'm going to give you the right people to help you go do all these things and then give me back all the information. You know?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, bro, I just think I'm very glad that you're able to open up and talk about this stuff, bro, because again, I probably said it too many times through this episode, but it's so inspiring, realistically, bro. And you know what kind of is funny full circle is it's like I remember when AJ came and told me this story, and I don't know if he would have mentioned it to you or not because I think he came from here and he went straight to the hospital to see you, or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he told me that he was going on a podcast.
Okay.
He was pretty pumped up. He was going on a podcast. So it was like, yeah, look, I'm going on this. Should follow him, this, that, and ever.
Yeah. And that's cool, bro. I remember him telling me about it and saying there's a GoFundMe, and I might even have a look, but I think the link might be in the description for that video as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just very grateful that you decided, you know what, it's time to start making these videos again.
Yeah. No, well, soon as my lawyer was like, all right, your court case just got dropped, and I was like, well, fuck. I just stopped making videos for no fucking reason, and now I'm gonna have to try to get my engagement up when my engagement was fucking cracker.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to restart all over again.
Yeah.
So I just was trying to get back out there.
You made a video recently talking about that, eh? Like talking about that side of things as well. That's cool.
Most people wouldn't understand why I just stopped. Most people would probably think, oh, he's fucking, it was all up in his highs in hospital, and then it all hit him.
Yeah.
That's what most people probably would have thought, when that's not the truth.
I kind of did assume that realistically myself, to be honest with you as well. Do you use because I've seen you on Instagram, is that TikTok and stuff like that as well?
I've got TikTok, but I don't really use it. I fucking hate TikTok.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
Today was my first.
I hate scrolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll scroll on Instagram any day, but TikTok I don't go near it.
I'm the same, bro. That's so funny, eh? I deleted it maybe like 4 years ago, and I was like, I'll never get back on it.
Yeah. The only reason I get on it is to post something. Like back in the day, I used to post. I've got a couple different TikToks accounts that I think they're banned by now, but I used to post stupid shit that me and the boys were doing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just shit like that.
Yeah.
But then other than that, I don't use it.
Yeah.
I refuse to.
Well, people have been saying it to me for a very long time on the pod, bro. You got to get on TikTok. You got to get on TikTok. Yeah. And for the first time, I'm going to say it to someone else. You got to get on TikTok. All right. Yeah. I succumbed this morning, so I'm going to join the virus.
That's what it's like, eh? It's like fucking COVID-19 all over again on the phone.
Yeah, bro. It's like when you first start partying and, you trying new things. Like, bro, you got to try this as well, That's what it's like, eh?
100%. I'll post stuff on it, but I won't go and scroll on it.
Yeah. And you were saying that when you got out and you started drinking again on your own and going to partying and stuff like that a bit more, you started to get a bit more down and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I thought I don't know how to deal with my emotions, so that's how I deal with my emotions.
Yeah.
And I thought, yep, that's what I'll go and do because that's helping. But little did I know it was making it 10 times worse. So then when I decided to stop drinking, which was after my birthday on New Year's, I was like, nah, I can't be doing this anymore. So I went out on Australia Day, and that was it.
That was your last day, Australia Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's cool, bro. So it's been a little bit since you've had anything to drink then, since then? Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I might have had like one or two here and there, but other than that, I haven't fucking went out with the boys and got absolutely pissed for 3 days.
Yeah. Now, that's smart to come to that realization, bro. A lot of lads don't realize that until they're fucking in their 40s and shit like that,
Yeah,
like, I'm hearing conversations with people all the time where they're like, and one thing really helpful I heard lately was the first 10 years are pretty hectic.
Yeah.
The second 10 years are hectic, but you start to get some problems. But if you're in your last 10 years of drinking or drugging or gambling or whatever it is, it's only miserable.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, big thanks to my uncle because he made me realize that at a young age. Like, that's how it is and that's how it's going to stay if you don't change it.
It sounds like he's a very influential, good role model for you.
Yeah, 100% he is.
Yeah.
100%.
I think they're all good. All good people, everyone in that community, when it comes to him and his partner and then AJ as well, I think realistically they're all aiming for greatness. And I do see a lot of great things that they're doing, especially online. And then I'll even go to Anytime Fitnesses sometimes and I'll see Gab's meal prep.
It's everywhere, huh?
Like, what the hell? Yeah, that's cool.
No, that's why I also want to come back down to Sydney to surround myself with them types of people again. Because when I was down here, before my accident, like, fuck, I was doing great as well.
Yeah.
Might not have been doing the right thing, but I was still fucking kicking goals.
Yeah, for sure.
So I come back down here to fucking get my head screwed back on.
And what about the people that you grew up with up in the coast? Like, do you still have much contact with people?
Yeah, fuck. Most of them, they're still all my best mates, you know what I mean? Like, they'll always be my best mates, but just can't hang out with them every day or every weekend. It doesn't end up well every time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, that's cool, bro. Don't let go of the people. There's a big thing that people say online as well. Sometimes you got to learn to let go of people in order to move forward in life. So far, from my perspective, I've held on to as many people as possible, and I will continue to try and achieve goals every year.
100%.
Don't agree.
Don't let go of them. Distance yourself from them. Find your purpose and what's good for you and what's not good for you.
It might just mean, like, instead of going out to the hotel, maybe go and staying out till fucking 6, 7 o'clock in the morning with them all. Yeah. Go in, show face, say wagwan, and then go home, go to sleep, wake 100%. Up, have a good day the next day.
Even just plan a different day for yourselves. Go out for lunch. Go karting, which is they're coming up here next weekend. They were supposed to come out here this weekend. They're supposed to come up here tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. We'll go for lunch next weekend.
It's a mad idea. That's sick. Well, it's good that you're still trying to stay active with everyone from the past, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people fucking cut them out, and I think it's the dumbest advice. Yeah, it's terrible. 100%,
because then you just end up miserable working your same 9 to 5 every day.
that's how we avoid.
And they got no one to conversate with.
Yeah, that's how we avoid becoming those tradies in the future.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, I tell you what, bro, the podcast actually goes really quick. We're almost at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
It goes pretty quickly. But I didn't want to let it go without asking you my final question, which I do ask everyone that comes on the podcast. Yeah. But before I do, I want to say it one more time, bro. Your story is more than inspirational. I'd love to have you back on again in the future at some point. Yeah, I love 100%. Having people come back maybe like 6 months, a year later. Yeah. See what's been happening over the last year. Trust me, everything you think now, you won't think in a year. And then the same thing will happen the next year.
I've learned that a long time ago. Or you take a photo of yourself when you were younger thinking you're a sick cunt and you look back on it, you're like, bro, surely not. 100%.
My friend Zibbo, shout out to Zibbo, he said to me one time, if you can't look back at yourself and cringe, you haven't grown.
100%. 100%. 100%. I can't agree with that anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll play another one for the future, definitely. And I think we had talks already about maybe you coming on pretty soon, actually, because I wanted to do your uncle as well if he has any time, and then maybe having a bit of a boys episode as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah, 100%. I'm keen on that.
Yeah, fuck, that'd be sick. We'll sign the wall before you leave as well. But the final question I want to ask you, which is the same question I've asked everyone that's come on the podcast, is if someone reached out to you because they were feeling depressed, mostly because they were just lost, is there any advice you'd give that person?
Fuck. Chase your dreams. Don't let anyone hold you back. Don't listen to anyone that you don't want to do. And fucking follow what you think and what you think's best for you.
Yeah, that's 100%. Perfect, bro. If it's what you want to do, bro, 100%.
Go and do it. Don't let anyone fucking tell you what to do.
I think your situation, bro, is a good example for don't let anyone's assumptions tell you what you can and can't do either.
100%.
Yeah.
For instance, the doctors tell me you got a fucking severe brain damage, just any other, you all that, and I said, fuck you. So I'm fuck, no way. now look at me. I'll go back there and they can't even look at me in the eyes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You did mention manifesting before, bro. You said you might have accidentally manifested some of this stuff as well. But I think the power of positive thinking probably played a massive role in your healing and your recovery.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, the physical stuff, like, steroids obviously helped a little bit with that as well. But the mental stuff as well, especially when it comes to brain bleeding and functionability and things.
Your mental game's definitely... If you don't got a good mental game or good mentality, you're doomed.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Oh, it makes sense to me, bro. Yeah. Like if you were able to say like, nah, I'm sweet.
Yeah.
You're sweet, bro.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I say to my mother all the time. You're right. And I say, nah, I'm sweet. She goes, I know for a fact when you say, nah, you're sweet, you're not sweet. And I always say to her, if I say I'm sweet, I'm sweet. You'll know when I'm not sweet.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I love that, bro. Oh, bro, I love this whole episode. I'm so glad that we're able to line it up. I definitely want to get you back on again in the future, bro. And I think anyone listening to this story is going to just feel a little bit more motivated to hit the gym today at the least,
100%, get out there, give it a crack.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you're a champion, bro. You're a champion. So thank you for making it.
All good, brother. Thanks for having me. It was great.
Legend. And for everyone listening, almost forgot. Thank you for making it to the end of the episode. It was an amazing week this week. There'll be another one next week. That's a wrap. Gang, bro. Yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my heart, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start.